I'm Lewie Curtis, the Director of Officials with the Iowa High School Athletic Association. As the sport administrator for wrestling, I am creating this video to try and help coaches, officials, participants, and spectators understand some of the new NFHS rules pertaining to the sport of wrestling. Particularly, these short video clips will address Rule 5.15.2, which states, "Near fall points or a fall shall be earned only while the supporting points of either wrestler are in bounds." Basically, this rule change expands the part of the mat where a fall or near fall can be earned. Additionally, there will be short clips that address Rule 7.6.4, which states it is stalling when the contestant in the advantage position stays behind the opponent while on his or her feet, making no attempt to bring the opponent to the mat. Finally, there will be some short clips that address Rule 5.19.10, which states, when starting the contestants from the down position, the referee shall be in front of, stationary, and at an angle to the contestants. It is my hope that by creating these videos, our entire wrestling community can better understand what should be taught and officiated to the best of our abilities, as well as create as much consistency as possible. Keep in mind, the IHSAA expects that our coaches, participants, officials, and spectators will do their best in maintaining an environment that promotes sportsmanship, whether we think the call was correct or incorrect. In this situation, the offensive wrestler is able to score near fall points or secure a fall because his supporting points, both knees, are in bounds, despite the defensive wrestler being out of bounds. The official is in position to see the near fall or fall situation as well as the knees on the mat. In this situation, the referee is too far away from the out of bounds line and fails to see the knees of the offensive wrestler come up off of the mat. This is called a fall and the call will stand, but officials should try to position themselves closer to the out of bounds line. In this next situation, the referee's position is perfect, and he is able to see both the near fall and fall situation as well as the knees, then calls the fall. Again, in this situation, the excellent positioning of the official allows him to blow this out of bounds when the offensive wrestler's supporting points come off the mat. Here, the defensive wrestler has a body part, his foot, off of the mat, so wrestling must stop. In the next two situations, the reversal is awarded and wrestling continues because the offensive wrestler has supporting points in bounds. Near fall or a fall can be earned whether the defensive wrestler is in or out of bounds, as long as the offensive wrestler is in bounds. When the offensive and defensive wrestlers go out of bounds, they are whistled off. Again, good positioning by the official. 2 near fall points will be awarded in this situation. In this throw that goes from the feet to the back, the defensive wrestler is out of bounds while the offensive wrestler is in bounds with the thigh and buttocks on the ground. Thus, wrestling continues. In a similar situation, the takedown and near fall can be earned, but when the offensive wrestler lifts his thigh and buttocks up off the mat, he is considered out of bounds as well, so wrestling stops. In this situation, the official fails to see the offensive wrestler's supporting points come up off of the mat and calls the fall. Positioning closer to the out-of-bounds line will allow the official to see both the near fall or fall situation as well as the supporting points. The call will stand, but we want to try and improve positioning, which will also improve consistency. This pinning situation is allowed to continue despite the offensive wrestler being out of bounds, because the defensive wrestler is still in bounds with supporting points on the mat. The defensive wrestler hits a high bridge and wrestling still continues because the head is a supporting point down on the mat. In this situation, because the defensive wrestler has any part of either shoulder or scapula in bounds, wrestling continues. Here, stalling should be called if the offensive wrestler in the rear standing position makes no attempt to return his opponent to the mat. Here, the offensive wrestler is making an attempt to bring his opponent to the mat, so stalling should not be called in this situation. Here, the official does not get in a stationary position to start the wrestlers in the down position. Here, done correctly, the official should be in front at an angle and stationary when starting the wrestlers. The same mechanic should be used when the top wrestler chooses an optional start, giving the bottom wrestler a chance to adjust. For questions or comments, please email me at lcurtis@ihsaa.org. Thank you.